light movements from the Claude itself, but Irithel has that favor. So perhaps Geek Family are already somehow winning that gold lane. So we'll have to see here, Rebellion, what will they respond with? Julian will be banned out here. Julian surviving the first phase. A rare sight to see, but Geek Fam, a quick response here. Again, with that Atlas ban, what they're saying is you have the Claude, you have the Faramis. I don't want to add more team fight composition for your composition. So let's ban out the Atlas.
But we saw this yesterday, right? Again, RQ Hoshi actually played the Faramis Atlas combination up against Evo's Legends, and it was absolutely just nasty. But Geek Fam actually go for the ban towards the Barats next, respecting Fearless, who's just so dynamic in that jungle. Very mixed, but up against this style of composition, Geek Fam have kind of a squishy draft. Rebellion can actually just go for an assassin for Fearless, or honestly, the better route is to secure just the roamer first for Val. We have seen him play the Mathilda. Right now, I am thinking of Mathilda, but it just doesn't fit Val that much. There you go. Secure a Ruby instead. And Geek Fam now will be forced to respond instantly with a Franco for Beloy.
Ooh, so the Franco support as well as the power pick for Beloyski is going to start. We're going to see it here in the Land of Dawn against Rebellion Zion. And so far, the Ruby pick is okay. I guess it might hinder the movements coming in from the Paquito, but other than that, if the Irithel as well as the Lilia can keep their distance, this Ruby might have a tough time. Geek Fam, though, will close it out with a very solid jungler in that Amon. Very high early game pressure, very great pick-off potential in as a whole for the side of Geek Fam, and we'll see what Rebellion Zion respond with to close out their drafts.
Lancelot?
Perhaps Lancelot could work here, seeing Amon and Lilia is a slight target, but the comment here by Antimate says that Janna QT is somehow reliable in that jungler position, if I'm not mistaken. But for the last pick, they will pick another assassin here. That's gonna be Link.
I expected the assassin to come through. I didn't expect the Link, I expected more Lancelot here up against this composition, but now that I'm thinking about it, the Link makes sense, right? Up against an Irithel, a Lilia, two heroes that are going to be extremely mobile if they go for the sprint. You need someone with mobility to chase them down.
근데 짤짤이 넣는 애들 상대로는 나쁘지 않다고 들었어요.
Once a Geek, always a fan. There's some support here from the people watching in the audience in the MPL arena.
I think it's a reliable pick as well, right? The Link can use the Tempest of Blades to get out of the damage from Amon if it gets down to it. But once again, it comes back to the execution, the timing of when these things happen. And I'm curious, in your opinion, when it comes down to those neutral objective contests, how things will actually pan out.
I gotta say, I feel like neutral objective, it will fall to the hands of Geek Fam, but we'll have to see. That Amon, it's gonna be annoying to the composition of a Rebellion. So let's see.
Let's dive into the Land of Dawn for the first game of the final day. Geek Fam versus Rebellion. For Geek Fam, right now they are out of playoffs. For Rebellion, if they get a victory here, 2-0, they can actually be third place in the standings overall. Let's see what happens as we jump in.
We're going to see the difference in clash of styles here between Geek as well as Rebellion Zion. I mean, face value from their composition, it does seem both can use their mid lane pressure to be aggressive, but so far, Elzura is going to be the one to get really low.
Well, it seems like here at Geek Fam, it's quite clear that their composition is more the pick-off style here with Franco, with Amon. But perhaps also with that Paquito, their pick-off potential is just so high. Meanwhile, Rebellion Zion, they're going for the other route. Claude, they will go for the team fight here, apart from that Link. So we'll have to see here different approaches from both teams. But I am curious here to see the early game from Geek Fam. I expected more pressure from them.
Yeah, and early on, you know, Rebellion Zion are able to actually get a goal lead early on. Interesting, right? And Dyron is playing very well. He's actually freezing the waves here for Fearless to actually look for perhaps a gank. As Luke is just not going to be baited towards that lane. He's just going to go for a few little hits. But again, it's just small victories for Rebellion right now in the early stage of the game.
Again, Geek Fam here, they are eyeing for that turtle. They are rotating towards that. And Fearless is still perhaps he will rotate bot side. But we'll have to see here. The setup seems like Rebellion Zion, they are slightly behind.
Okay, Dyron jumps in with the falling star moon, locking Jana QT, who's still going to be able to get out as Luke jumps in with a knockout strike onto Val. Sway low now, trying to run away. Dyron in the midst of it all, going to be caught there by the endless charge, but the cult altar is placed perfectly by Sway low. Dyron still able to survive Sway low as well. A lot of resources burnt out. Sway low taken low. Luke has it there, goes to flicker onto Val, gonna be stunned up, but he gets first blood. Retribution battle, and it's Fearless who actually wins it out. He's jumping in everywhere across the map onto Elzura, who's 1 HP. Luke now caught very low, taken down by Dyron. Rebellion secure a 2-for-1, 1 kill. Oh my god, Dominic reacts. All Geek Fam.
I mean, in terms of the composition, I really did prefer Geek Fam's better. I think it synergizes better. I think they can pull it off because Geek Fam, they're known to be very aggressive in that early game, and I feel that actually complements the playstyle. But unfortunately, so far, up until this 3rd minute, we haven't seen that being executed the way that I envisioned it, right? Rebellion Zion were not the ones to set up for that turtle. Geek Fam were. And if you saw the position from Fearless, he was actually stealing the blue buff of Geek Fam, but still made it back in time to steal back that turtle. So up until now, Geek Fam has been outplayed.
A very good delay as well from the other 4 members that were on the vicinity of the turtle. Rebellion Zion managed to delay the turtle take, and that is what made Fearless to rotate. But take a look at the mid side.
Uh-oh, there's gonna be a dive again. Elzura doesn't have the black shoes. Actually, he does, but it does not matter there. The bottom side, though, Geek Fam are able to find a trade. 1-for-1, mid laner for XP. But obviously here in the bottom side, Geek Fam are able to secure a few more hits onto the turret. Luke goes in for the knockout strike. Rebellion trying to go for the kill here. Sway low with a stampede, bringing Luke back, but it's only for Luke to pick up a kill. You go for a 2v1. Luke takes it and wins it.
방금 파키토 선 넘었다 생각했는데 그냥
He
잡아버리네.
might want to go for this, but he does end up retreating. But with Dyron here coming into the fray as well, he actually might go for a pickoff onto Luke, but realizing his keto is not going to be as easy.
Wait, Luke is still here again. Goes in on the Dyron with a knockout strike one more time. As the flicker gets out, baits Dyron for Jana to come through with the endless charge. Beautiful plays by Luke.
Amazing, amazing. Again, Luke with the macro play there, outplaying Dyron in the top side, creating space forward side of Geek Fam. The domino effect forward side of Geek Fam is real.
You could say with 1 man down, this was a perfect way for Geek Fam to actually exploit the over-aggressive and over-confident plays coming in from Dyron. He went a little too hasty for the kill, and he's going to get and lose a neutral objective for it. And you can see already the pressure building in that mid lane. But luckily, as Geek Fam has a Lilia, and because Rebellion Zion has the Faramis, they are going to be able to clear rather quickly.
Down below, though, Luke again heading caught in a 3v1 situation. Jana's there in the bush, though. Luke won't be able to survive. He actually gets a jab again. He's able to run away for a bit for Jana to come through. Has the endless charge, pops it in. Dyron still able to get away with that. It's just a 1-for-0 for Rebellion.
Perhaps QT has not enough items to somehow secure the kill, but it's still a 3v1 bot side.
Oh my god, they do not stop. Jana able to dodge away from everything. Beautiful movement from Jana as well, denying that dive from happening.
Oh, and you can see on the top side that Rebellion Zion actually lose a tower. So Geek Fam have bought enough time to distract the 3 members from Rebellion Zion in order to claim something on the board. And now Geek Fam, they're leading in terms of that economy as well.
You can see here that the Claude already built that DHS. So power, there is some power, but to win team fights, they need more time. Take a look at the top side.
Okay.
Here you go, though. Highs jumps in with the blazing duet. He's gonna get caught by the endless shards. My goodness, Fearless with Tempest Blaze now jumps in. Janna looking for the kill, able to pick it up. It's a massive trade so far for Rebellion, but Janna doesn't want to give it over. Highs is actually able to dodge away from the endless shards earlier. Janna taking low. Janna! Oh my goodness gracious! Janna QT with the maneuver to dodge away from everything.
Wow, and he actually bought so much time and got a lot of trades on the board for that team, and that was insane. He's improved so much this season. You can even see it implemented in this game against Rebellion Zion, as they are not easy contenders. But with this, with everything that has happened in and on the board, Geek Fam, they're gonna have this space to get the next neutral objective as Val gets caught.
Oh man, Val needs to be very careful here. Rebellion Zion just disengaging for now, and both teams will just back off, but Chidera is able to find a turret down below.
Amazing response from the side of Geek Fam. 2 minutes earlier, they were slightly behind. They were the ones that getting pressured, but Rebellion Zion made a slight mistake. And take a look at the ripple effect, the domino effect rather, from the side of Geek Fam. They are now able to establish a 2,000 gold lead with this lead and 2 turrets as well. This is going to be huge. This can be huge. Our Rebellion needs to do something here. Needs to perhaps be more proactive on the map because Highs is ready for a fight.
I think in terms of proactiveness, Rebellion Zion were proactive, right? They were leading in that early game. They were able to get the first turtle, but the problem is, I don't know why, are they underestimating Geek Fam in a way? Like that. There you go. Another kill for Kadera. You don't want to feed her. You don't want her to scale as quick as that. And I can just see that Rebellion Zion, they're making mistakes that Geek Fam are capitalizing on at this stage.
Oh man, and that was just greedy by Fearless. He had the Tempest of Blades, Gani. He didn't use it to dodge away from the basic attack, and it costed him his life. Diamond though, oh, what a good read there onto Elzura. Opening up the map as well. Alter placed down, but Geek Fam way too slick, able to dodge away. Beloy gets spotted, but it's all just a setup to control that bottom side tier 2. Meanwhile, Luke, so annoying.
X-Millionaire again, Luke doing his job here, opening up the other side of the map. And as of now, Rebellion Zion, they are suffocated here. Sure, Highs finally get that golden staff. So again, item-wise, they are ready for a fight with especially that fleeting time collected by Sway. It will reduce the cooldown reduction here. Again, Zion wants to fight. Geek Fam though.
전멸 썼고요. Good Tempest of Blades, but Beloy reads out it, timing perfectly to get that hook in. Geek Fam will take this. It's a 1-for-1, a jungler for a roamer. Meanwhile, up top, Geek Fam, they know what to do. They go in for the Lord. Val targeted by Luke. Janna going in onto that Lord. Rebellion Zion don't want to give it for free. Rebellion Val is going to be able to get the item offended. The goal alter place as well as the wombo combo comes in. But the retribution as well from Janna is able to secure it. Luke goes in for the knockout strike again. My God, what's gone into Luke?
Man, the only thing I can say is Geek Fam looking very, very sharp in everything that they've been able to accomplish for the past few minutes, right? They're able to have the pressure on those side lanes as it just keeps pushing into Rebellion Zion. They were able to get a really good trade onto Fearless to set up for that Lord take.
로머랑 정글 교환이 한수였다, 그쵸? 그거 교환하고 있어서 이제 영주랑
and Rebellion Zion now are forced to face the consequences.
한타 싸움에서까지 그냥 다 밀려버린 거지.
Pick their battles here. Rebellion Zion, Geek Fam, they are in full control. Again, they have a pick-off style of composition. They extract that composition to its full effect. Now with the slow push, again, all tier 2s will fall.
Even that top side, Luke, oh my God, he has the flicker there. He didn't use it. Oh my, dude, this Paquito is pretty crazy right now. He's so ahead.
It's really crazy. And with this Lord, they might look for a base bot side, but Rebellion Zion, again, they have a good high ground, so it's not penetrable just yet.
Yeah, but they got almost every turret other than that inhibitor turret. But here we go, Beloyski is gonna get caught.
Again, but he's not gonna get Tar aggro just yet. Highs, oh, that blazing duet. He used it, but it was cancelled out because of the damage coming in to cancel that cold altar.
아무리 또 링까지 잘랐어.
Fearless actually gets caught there. I think in the top side. Meanwhile, Sway low by Chidera. Just gone down. 2-0. Geek Fam. Maybe looking for the close here. Going on to the base turret, Val looking for the engage, but Malloy again with the bloody hunt. And the hook is able to lock Val down. Geek Fam looking for that top side now. With the first Lord, they're able to do so much.
Huge respect for Geek Fam right now. All the inhibitor turrets have fallen, and they're not going to stop here.
Nope, definitely not. They are going to look for the end. 11 minutes into the game. It does not matter. High jumps in, still able to clear the waves, but Luke and Jana deal too much damage. 20 seconds onto Dyron, 4 seconds onto Bao. Fearless can't defend. It is Geek Fam getting a very solid game here. 11 minutes?
Very quick, very quick. They didn't even get to the second Lord. They didn't get to the enhanced Lord. So, wow, very clean execution by Geek Fam in game number 1 against Rebellion Zion. They were very patient in the beginning. They were waiting for their moments, and they started to set the tempo. It did feel like Rebellion Zion made a few mistakes that eventually led up to the snowballing and ripple effect that Geek Fam were able to capitalize on. And just so far, and overall, what a clean-cut execution by Geek Fam.
A very sharp execution indeed here. Geek Fam, they just went ham. They know their power spikes. They know the early game. They have a slight advantage, and they use that. That Paquito was unstoppable. And don't forget that Kadira was just farming from the early game towards the mid-game, and when he went in, Fearless on that assassin. His main job is to take down the Earthel, but it's not possible because the equipment is already secured by Kadira. 1-0 for side of Geek Fam. Again, a very sharp execution leads to a very clean victory.
Yeah, the Winner Nature was built so early on, right, by Chidera, and he scaled like a monster. I think by the end of it, he had way more items than Fearless in the mid stage of the game. You can see all smiles from Geek Fam here, but for Rebellion Zion, obviously, it's a tough loss to swallow, right? They have made it to the playoffs though, so again, this is not their main roster, it's Val.
But that's exactly it though. Like Rebellion Zion, they've been on a win streak with Wijanarko in that roaming position, and as soon as Val comes in, they lose. Can you imagine being Val?
That's a yikers for Val.
That's a yikers. So are we expecting a roster change here for the second game? We'll have to wait and see here, ladies and gentlemen.
이거는 아쉽지도 않겠는데요. 게임이 진짜 너무
11 minutes of game time. 16-7. Geek Fam again showing they are in the MPL. Not to play games.
골드 차이도 많이 나죠.
Again, Alzura here building that win destruction rather quite early as well, realizing that perhaps
뭐랄까 전체적으로 그냥 밀리는
Zion
느낌이었어.
power spikes were there, so Winter Destruction was just for extra security. Meanwhile, Luke, he was a monster on that Paquito. Hunter Strike, Penetration, Bloodlust Axe, also on the offense, but also he built that plate armor and dominant ice to negate the power, the speed, and as well as the basic attacks from that Claude. A very smart itemization indeed, and Kadera, of course, almost 6 items there, perhaps entering Malefic Roar, but Kadera performing like a monster as well on that Earthel 315. But Jana QT, let's talk about this guy. 900. Again, give him comfortable heroes, he will shine. Rebellion Zion could not somehow limit the jungles, the farm, the pathing from Jana QT. Rich guy living by Mandari, of course, the gold laner, the gold digger from the hood, Kadera, as he will take the title for the carry as well. Tyron and Azura will take 2 titles here as the Forgotten One and as well as the Sandbag. But that Faramis pick, it seems like it's not really strong now.
Yeah, definitely not.
I think it's conditional though.
Very situational.
Like it can work, we've seen it work, but it depends.
All depends here.
I think there's just too much AoE damage. There's so much burst from Geek Fam, right? So every time you pop that Cult Altar, it's done. You are going to get silenced. It's actually because the Cold Altar,
네,
if you
맞아요.
get bursted
완전히랑
too early, if
멜리선으로
you're
많이
too
보는데.
behind on the Faramis,
이번에 클로드 상대로
it's actually a stun for your team,
근데
right? When you use
아니,
the Cold
이번에
Altar, when you die with that
이번
HP, you get silenced, and that's what we saw from Highs. He used the Blazing Duet while in Cold Altar form. When he got bursted down,
Yeah.
done.
It's done.
That duration is over. You only had 1 second on the Blazing Duet. So there goes your main damage output. The MVP, I think, has to be Janna, right?
I agree. If not Janna, Luke.
뭐 어쨌든 잘 보이진 않았거든요. 이번에 보인 거는 이제 프랭코랑 아무리 좀
Well,
많이
we have to wait here
Sure.
because
Yeah.
we are going to see the MVP highlight here by Samsung Galaxy A
It's
series.
Janna.
It's Janna here.
봐봐 이게 처음에는
But
저런 식으로
again,
해가지고
it seems like
초반에 저렇게
from the
유리하게
replays,
RBL이 들고 갔단
it's
말이야.
quite clear
근데
that Geek
이게
Fam, they
다였어요.
are again playing this rather smartly. Janna QT being everywhere. Take a look at the team fight
이게
here.
다였어.
Fearless.
이게 한타 때도
And
이제
as well as the members from
괜찮았는데
Side Rebellion Zion, they were slightly behind. Meanwhile, take a look
여기서
at
하고 나서
Janna.
다 죽었잖아.
Janna provides the cover as well for his teammates, gets the kill from behind there, almost,
괜찮았거든.
but Janna, just a clean sweeping. He is ready,
뒤에서
he knows his power spike, he gets a
아무
triple
여기서
right here, and
의식
Highs
쓰면서
on that route
얘까지
cannot
마무리하면서
provide cover,
혼자서 다
enough
잡아버렸거든.
cover there to survive. Once
그리고
Geek
이게
Fam got
핵심
the ball
장면,
rolling, take a
영주
look
먹힌
at
핵심
that
장면이거든요. 링이
impressive iron
공
hook.
쓰면서 잘 받았다
Rebellion cannot do
생각했는데
anything. They were a little bit too late to anticipate the gameplay from side of Geek Fam, but at that point, Geek Fam was just already done, already
아,
dusted
궁서서
there. 11 minutes of game time, 12
저기서 이제
minutes,
프랭크한테 끌려버리는
and
바람에
it's
프랭크랑
1-0
1대1
for
교환돼
side of Geek
버리고
Fam.
Yeah, Janna Cutie
깔끔하게 경기
performed
마무리되죠.
out of his
연습
mind. I
보면서.
think that special moment that really stood out to
Triple
me
kill?
was the
Triple
triple
kill.
kill that he was able to outmaneuver in a 3v1 situation. Like, what is that?
It was such a good moment for Janna. And again, right? This just shows that Geek Fam, even though they're out of playoffs, they're still here to win it. They are not going to give up. And it actually shows that they're looking stronger than they were yesterday, no? Again, a little bit more organized as well up against Rebellion Zion. Maybe you can say they're a little bit fresher with the new Axe effect. Obviously, they have that in the player rooms, Gani. 48 hours of dual action body spray. The better you smell,
The better you play.
you can all check it out
Dual Axe
right
effect.
now with the... Oh my god, is that right? Tens of millions of rupiah.
That's right.
That's right.
So guys, check it out. Axe, of course, the new dual Axe effect is also in full effect. So please check that out as well here. Available everywhere. Just
Two is
literally.
better than one. So
Two
go for the
is
dual
better than one.
effect.
Ooh, well, maybe you can grab that Axe on GrabMart, or you can grab food with the promo code right here, grb.to/MPL. You guys can go and order with, oh my god, what are these deals? 90%. Just now it was tens of millions, now it's 90% of your order. It's crazy. Scan the QR code below Gani, right there, Gani. And why? Why you should go for Grab?
Because it's convenient, it's easy. And this is MPL Season 10.
Yes, this is
Okay.
MPL Season 10. So go ahead and check it out, ladies and gentlemen. Right after this, those promos won't work.
Huh?
No, it will work up into the playoffs. But once Season 10 is
my
done,
God.
once Season 10 is done,
You
it's not
gave me
going to
a
be
heart
there.
attack.
Oh, man. Hopefully you don't get a heart attack, though, right? We still have a few more matches to go and cast. Maybe after you can... No,
Okay.
after Season
그렇구나.
10, maybe.
사실 하나도 못
But
알아들으면서
yes,
알아듣는
coming
척이라도
back
해야겠다.
into the game, we can
해설자들
see
계속 혼자서
Geek
막
Fam being
떠드는데
able to win that first game against Rebellion Zion. And
알아듣는
if you
척이라도
guys
해야지.
just tuned in, and if you guys missed it, you can check this game recap out. The impact player for that game was Janna QT, where he was able to get the MVP on the Amon, whereas from the side of Rebellion Zion, the impact player was Highs. Unfortunately, though, he didn't and wasn't able to be that deciding factor, that carry in the game to
그치,
secure the win.
굉장히
Because
임팩트 있는
from
게임을 보여줬다라는 뜻이죠,
the
아무리.
mid stages
네.
to that 12th minute mark, it was all Geek Fam just controlling everything. They played it so well. The macro was there.
네,
So
플레이도
impressive
완벽했고.
from
Again,
them.
they need to pick their battles here. They could not somehow just go around, roam around looking for fights. Sure, being proactive can win you games, but you need to be careful. Again, just as predicted, there's
이제
a
픽을 좀
sub
조심히
player,
할 필요가
and
있다, 이런
who
얘기를 하고
is
있는 거죠.
that?
Well, Val's out again. Janarko stepping in. It does seem like Rebellion as well. They're like, you know what? We want to win this last match. We want to go for the win. We want to take that momentum over to the playoffs. And if they win this, and Alter Ego lose, they can go third place, yeah?
Or fourth.
Or fourth.
2-1. 2-1.
All right, we'll see here. But with VJ Narco, we can expect, I think, honestly, just more calculated plays. Val made a lot of good engages, but he wasn't aware of his surroundings, right? He went for the engages. No one was there to follow up.
Man, it sucks to be Val, though.
It's sad, but, you know,
Don't cry.
don't cry,
No one's
Eterna.
crying. Calm down. Calm down. Hold your horses. But yeah, okay, so with Wijanarko stepping in, there's going to be a slight difference in gameplay, I believe. So perhaps the mistakes or the moments that weren't able to be created by Rebellion Zion in that game against Geek Fam now can be. I do believe that Wijanarko is one of, and is almost at that point where he can be considered one of the best roamers in Indo, especially seeing his development, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is his first season, but he's already come so far, and it's beautiful to see. We thought that initially he was more of a support type of roamer, but he came out with the Atlas, and that did wonders for Rebellion too. As on screen, it is Coach Ruben from Geek Fam using the JBL Quantum, using that crisp, clear communication to communicate to his players what their game plan for game number 2 is going to be.
Do you want to touch on Wijanarko once again here?
Okay.
Okay.
This guy brings color, right? Brings
You're
a lot
right.
of color. Can play a lot of hero pools. Can play the support. Can play the tank heroes as well. And that is why this guy, again, like you said, Eterna, might be the best roamer in MPL IDC.
이 사람이 아까 그 원딜러
Like,
아이디
not
테랬던
yet,
사람.
but
He's up
there's
there.
potential,
He's up
right?
there. I
He's
agree.
up there, you know. I mean, obviously for roamers, we have Keyboy,
Yikes.
Samo. We have a lot of Onyx members. Actually, now I'm thinking about it up top. But here it is, man. How the heck did you get that? Number 1 GPM high score in MPID Season 10, 985 GPM.
Almost 1,000.
You know, yes, almost 1,000, almost 990, right? But guys, what the heck? It's insane.
There's a
As
reason
a
why
rookie.
they call him the gold digger from the hood.
That's the
why.
reason.
A 985 high score. But it's time to jump into game number 2, ladies and gentlemen. It seems
그쵸, 이제 두 번째
still
게임,
on the blue side,
ladies
though.
and
Geek Fam.
gentlemen, 지금
Ooh,
현재
they broke, don't fix it.
아카이와
Because the
벨본도 벤
same
나온
bands
상태고요.
on to
왕만이랑
work.
네,
Balmon as well.
지금 팬이
Last time around though, they banned the Valentina first. So are they going for the same
벤
approach, or
당했습니다.
actually are
깔끔하게
they
지금.
eyeing
오,
that
발레?
Valentina? Nope, never mind.
Nope.
Never mind. Still with the same approach here,
맞아.
but this time Rebellion with the shake-up,
파라스
banning out
확실히
Pyramus. Still though,
전판에 한타에서는 굉장히
Keto is
강력한
up for
모습을
grabs. They will
보여줬고요.
definitely prior that.
So they've actually left the Grok open to be contested as well. I think that's one of the
굉장히 강력한
recurring
모습을
heroes that we've
보여줬다가
seen being picked
벤
up by Geek Fam.
오,
And
왜
on that note,
가져가네요.
that's actually going to be the
이러면은
first
정글
pick
공격
for them
경기도
as well.
It has to be, right? So
요즘
flexible,
정글
so
쓰인다면서요.
prio, so strong on
NPL에서.
both lanes. In
그치.
the roamer position and in that XP lane. We've seen it, but Rebellion, that's a signature pick for both Highs and Dyron.
So Paquito and Claude were picked here again, saying they can go for the pickoffs and AoE, leaving that Julian open for Geek Fam to pick up. Brethren though
아니지.
will be picked up
아까는,
here again. A
첫판에서는
solid
킥
hero
팀에서
for
바퀴
Luke.
뚫고
He
가서.
has played it to maximum effect, I believe,
네,
on
클로드는
that EXP
뭐,
lane.
클로드는 그냥
Julian
들고
though
가는
is
모습이고요.
also a comfort hero for Janna
클로드를 잘
QT.
쓰나 본데.
Very lethal in the early game,
클로드
the mid
뽑는
game.
거고요.
Julian can be unstoppable.
So it
방금
could
판에
be the
생각보다
Julian
큰
pick
활약을
here
못했거든요.
for Geek
뭐
Fam,
했었나?
or
클로드로.
if they don't want it to get banned away, they could pick up, okay,
아,
the
여기서
Iridel.
또 아이테를
I was
들고
thinking
가는
that
거지,
they
킥팀이.
would want to pick
네.
up someone like the Selena
그것도 뚝배기를
or the
한번
Matilda,
부숴주겠다.
perhaps. But the Iridel is going to be secured here in the first phase, so not
아,
allowing
네,
the
한탕이와
Zion
집사님
to actually
어두시고요.
ban these
요즘
heroes
벨몬트도
out.
배나네요, 이거는.
My oh my, Kadera
네.
on the Iridel has been a
대회라서
monster.
대단한 것 같아요.
So
뭐
Rebellion
우리나라에서는
Zion
굳이
now have the choice to close it out, and they are actually going to take the Matilda away from Geek and take it into the hands
아,
of
제 클로드보다
Luigi
밑이라고요.
Narco,
저는
one of the
클로드를 못 하기
strongest
때문에
Matilda
제
players
클로드보다는 이제
in
한참
this
위라고
league
할
right
수
now.
있죠.
So aggressive, so calculative as well here when Wijanarko is playing that Matilda, providing
제가
enable
원딜 중에서 유일하게
a
안 쓰는
lot
캐릭터가
of
클로드거든요.
perhaps engages for his team, provide cover. So let's enter the second phase here. Seems like Geek Fam, they are lacking that mid side and as well as jungler.
one-on-one
Rebellion,
맞아요.
they might actually target Azura here in the second phase. Lilia and as well as.
근데 방금 봐 진짜 아이리테한테 두들겨 맞았어.
Yeah, they instead go for a Selena, which is very interesting, right? Going for the Selena ban up against Geek Fam. Geek Fam, they really dislike the barrage. 2 games in a row now. They're banning that barrage. Maybe it's something that Rebellion have been using a lot in scrims up against them, but now Rebellion take away the Julian.
On the note of the Barretts, don't forget that Rebellion Zion were the ones to kind of, I don't want to say copy, but be inspired by the Blacklist meta.
Be wise.
And so that's why they saw the Matilda being picked up. They didn't want it getting paired with the Barretts in the jungle.
Okay, perhaps that is the case. Rebellion here have a chance to pick up that Lilia. Combined with that Claude, the wave clear is just so unstoppable. Adding Matilda to your composition as well.
뭐 아마
Their rotation is very,
밴을
very swift. So we'll see here. Geek Fam, no, Rebellion. Will they pick up, secure that mid lane first, realizing that Geek Fam also have yet to pick up the mid lane. But no Lunox.
Yeah, I was about to say, you know, usually when we see a Matilda, you want to pick something like a Farsa as well. They can roam together very fast, but Rebellion, not only did they not go for the Farsa, they didn't go for the Lilia that you expected to, Gani. They went for a Lunox. Up against a Grok, you kind of understand. There's so much dive, so much CC from this Grok that is annoying for that Farsa and even Lilia. So they go for the Lunox instead. Geek Fam, this is a very fast trap. They do not let us talk. It's a link pick for Geek Fam, a choke pick for Fearless.
Wow.
Oh man.
Oh, Joe, jungle. Sorry, it went so quick because I'm thinking about the things that happened before, and then they chose so quick, and I didn't get time to gather.
So quick.
Makes sense.
I don't know if you can hear me clapping, but I'm clapping for Miracle.
But again, I feel like that Cho makes sense, right? Link on your opposition, Cho,
even Lilia.
Even Lilia as well. So we'll have to see here again, execution-wise. But that Lunox, if the team isn't ahead, it's gonna struggle. Before level 4, that hero is quite vulnerable.
Yeah, actually in lane, I would actually say in terms of sustain and trade, he should do better than the Lilia here with the yellow, again, right, with the brilliance.
She sustains better, but she doesn't clear as quick as Lilia.
That's the thing though, with Matilda comboed in,
you're right.
You have a lot of kill pressure, you can just zone, so even with the clear not being as good, they can still prove to be a threat in the mid lane. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna have to see what happens here. The combination Grok Lilia up against the Lunox Matilda as we jump into the land of Dawn for game 2. Geek Fam versus Rebellion Zion. Janarko this time.
Let's see if it's gonna make a difference here for Rebellion Zion. There is a possibility that Geek Fam might push Evos into that 8th place position if they win this matchup against RPL. But so far you can see that Geek Fam has actually had the better clear, and they're the ones able to pressure Rebellion Zion in that mid side.
Talking about the composition here again. Geek Fam with this very similar approach here. Pick off composition. Now, Rebellion Zion, they were saying they might go for the pick off, they might go for the team fight as well. Adds more dimension. But if we're talking about Matilda and Paquito and Cho, the pick off game is very strong as well. Oh my god.
Oh, this is the first time that I've been alone.
Well, we'll see if the Eterna Curse is a thing here today as well. As Fearless jumps in again, he's going to be baited in by the power of nature. Rebellion Zion in that bush are able to actually stop Geek Fam from looking for any other commitments here. But like we predicted, this mid lane, right? It's so annoying for Geek Fam. Meanwhile, Fearless not giving Jana QT the space to farm.
We're gonna see what happens here as Beloyski is
taken down by the kill pressure that we mentioned. First blood by Rebellion. Geek Fam, Jana needs to be careful here. Gets out with the pinch poise. Luke jumps in with a shampoo and the Jiku though by Fearless cancels it out. Dyron has a knockoff. Shrek goes in twice. Dyron picking up a kill, 2-0. Looking good for you right now, Eterna. But Rebellion don't want to stop there.
This might be scary and might be a mistake, might be an overcommitment as Fearless is gonna go.
Wow, they actually keep on going there. Fearless taken low, and he's still able to survive, and it's a double kill for Janarko. Luke comes in, able to find the kill. Meanwhile, down below, Dyron is unstoppable. Picks up a kill under the turret, but Luke, he wants to get a trade. Shush!
I don't know. I think that was an overcommitment for Rebellion Zion. They should have just used the space that they received to go on to the turtle. But instead, they went in for the kills, even though that they were so low. And instead, Geek Fam have actually found a few trades on the board. And initially, what was quite a gold lead has reduced to 1,200. And now you can see Geek Fam already have begun the setup for this turtle.
It is very scary here for Cho, Paquito, and as well as Matilda, who likes to close the gap. But the Lilia is there, so we'll see here in the mid game, after Ozura gets those items, Rebellion Zion might not be able to close the gap after all. And perhaps that is also why Rebellion Zion in the early game, they are going ham here, trying to get that snowball lead.
Oh my god. Well, they are shutting down Chidera this game. 4-man gank up top. Geek Fam will be able to secure a trade here with the turtle. But even in the mid lane, despite Suelo and Michinarco roaming top side, they are still going to be able to actually keep control of that mid lane. And again, that sustained from Suelo. He can take all the damage in the world, and he can dish out the same.
And Suelo hasn't even reached the power spike, so it requires a little bit more items for him to actually pop off on the Lunox. But Jana Cutie is going to have to get away. So did he manage to steal that buff?
Yeah. He did. With that retribution, I believe. And it seems like now Geek Fam, they are slightly in control, even though the gold lead here is towards Rebellion Zion. Perhaps their main agenda now, of course, is to pressure Kadira and as well as highs in the top side. But Rebellion Zion, with their comp again, Suelo is getting the items that he needs. So be careful, Beloyski. That Lunox can burst you down.
And that's exactly what they're doing right now, forcing Beloy to pop in the wild charge. Chidera jumping in as well. Beloy's so low. Oh my god, he's still able to survive. But again, like you mentioned, Rebellion's kill pressure, it is growing.
I think though, in the early game, Geek Fam kind of has a dove because of Elzura. She's not exactly reliant on those items to dish out the damage. Like her base magic damage is already enough to create a problem for Rebellion Zion, but what they need to be aware of is Rebellion Zion's mid-game power spike, right? When the Paquito gets his items in that mid-stage, when Lunox does, and the Claude is going to get that power spike way faster than the Irithel. But if Rebellion Zion can't capitalize on that shift of momentum in terms of that power spike, Geek Fam might be able to win it in that late game if Kadera is able to pop off as well.
So what they need to do here is stay control, and top side is again the target. We'll see.
1,000 gold leads so far for Rebellion Zion. It does feel like Geek Fam trying to look for something, but Luke gets taken down here by Suelo, so that's not the right person you want to be feeding kills onto.
So again, Geek Fam, they need to be more controlled. They need to take things slowly, because you add it there, they're in the mid-game. Force out of Rebellion is scary, but top side, yikes. The gold lane falls.
The gold lane has just been mixed up right now, right? Rebellion has focused it down earlier on, but now it's Geek Fam doing the same thing. A steal there from Jana, but Fearless is able to keep calm, getting a retribution, securing it. Still grasping onto that gold lead, but honestly now for Geek Fam, the reason they're moving up top is because they are aware that Chidera is getting closer to that power spike. If they play with Chidera a bit more here, he's going to get it faster than the Claude, actually.
Seems like you're again Ling getting the items that he needs here. But apart from that, it's actually just standard here, itemization wise. So Geek Fam again pressuring topside, both teams rather.
Fearless able to get the Chikundo onto Chidera, but look at that. That's going to be actually coming in. Chidera able to kite away for a little bit as Jana jumps in now looking for highs. Not going to commit just yet. A very good read by Geek Fam. Noticing that Rebellion have backed off. We don't need to force any of these plays.
Paying the patient is very important. And if you guys want to grab the win like Geek Fam did in game number 1, you can also use the grab to get a 90% discount using the promo code GRB. But look at this, Elzura.
Oh my god, he didn't even have, he couldn't use the black shoes there. Beloy now needs to be careful. Pops in the flicker. Diamond wants to chase him down, but he needs to be careful too. Luke comes over to knock off and the taunt. Diamond gonna be chained. Diamond flickering out. And the conceal by Geek Fam to disengage. Rebellion are playing it so well with Reach and Narco.
2,300 gold lead right now. And it's great, right? Because what Ouija Narco gives isn't just a great engage, but also a huge disengage. So if they go in for overcommitments, that can be helped out, like we see on screen right now.
Oh my god, three-man wall there. Swalo jumps in though with the brilliance right now. The blazing duet comes in, but Malloy misses the wild charge. It's a disaster. BMI jumping out. Jana looking for the kill. Swalo taken down. Shut down. It's a 1-for-1 in the end. It's worth it for Geek Fam. But Rebellion Zion, this pressure is insane.
A very crucial kill there, the shutdown for Jana QT. Perhaps that is what he needs to pop off. Rebellion Zion, the last few minutes is just them playing Geek Fam rotation-wise and as well as decision-making. But now the Lord is up here. Rebellion Zion needs to tone it down here. Be careful because Kadera is also already clumping up to fight. We'll see.
They can't even contest here. This was such a good call by Geek Fam. What a shot call. They noticed that Fearless was top, Highs as well. 5-man instantly. We recall together. We go straight for the Lord.
There's not even any compensation by Geek Fam right now. They're only able to get their own jungle buff here in that top side, but Jana cutie.
Okay, Taunt comes in. Jana gonna be taken low. Oh my goodness gracious, Dyron going mad. As now he's gonna be taken low, waiting for the knockout strike. Appraiser's Wrath comes in. Dyron still able to jab out, gets in knockout strike again. Luke over the damage again. Dyron is able to buy so much time as Fearless is able to find a trade. Meanwhile, top side, Rebellion Zion are actually the ones looking and getting the objective. Tier 2 taken out. Jana in the mid lane finding a trade, but I think Rebellion still come out on top on that one.
Beautiful, beautiful distraction by Rebellion Zion there, and Geek Fam, even though they weren't able to secure that board, they were able to go through all those turrets in that top side up until that inhibitor and the mid tower falls as well. So Rebellion Zion looking for some compensation, even though Geek Fam were able to control it for a bit.
They got the tier 2 top side, they got also the time that they need to clear the Lord. Actually, the Lord will not be able to amount on towards anything too much. And now it's a reset for both. Rebellion Zion again. This is the mid game. They have the quad, they have the Lunox. Geek Fam, they are the ones who need to be careful here because Rebellion Zion can play the offlane lane quite long.
This is awfully interesting here, Gani. Damage dealt by Axe. Ouija Narco is actually on top.
Is that real?
Wait, what?
Yeah. Ouija Narco on top, Kadera second, but here we go, Rebellion Zion for an engage.
Wow, really crazy. He's just relying on the base damage of Matilda. Right now, oh my goodness, L0 is gonna have to pop the black shoes. Dyron gonna be caught here. Has the flicker, guiding with well. High jumps in with the blazing duet, uncancelled. Highs able to buy and deal so much damage there as Ouija Narco jumps in again. Swalo able to survive for now. Taken very low, guiding win again by Ouija Narco. Goes in the bottom side. It's Luke taken down. Ouija Narco. That's the name of the game for Rebellion. He's always there when they need him with the guiding win.
He's a huge pillar. He's a driving force of Rebellion Zion, and he has had such an impact throughout this season. And you can even see from game number 1 and game number 2, the shift in strategy, the shift in gameplay from Rebellion Zion themselves, that now they have secured a 1,700 gold lead, but they have to be careful as it seems like Elzura has already gotten that Divine Glaive.
417 is the stat for Ouija Narco, and we're talking about Elzura here. They're in a 131. Not a good stat here on that Lilia, realizing that again we talked about how Cho, Paquito, and as well as Matilda are a close gapper hero. But it seems like his impact isn't really there. So we'll see here. Rebellion Zion still in control with the Lord. We'll see Geek Fam, how will they respond here.
Alright, Fearless, beautiful engage there. Instantly Luke gonna be shattered there, but Voloisky's able to find a 2-man wild charge combo. Jana dodges the back line, gonna be stunned up by Dyron. Kevin the Blaze popped in. Jana able to escape. Ouija Narco jumps in. Still alive, Ouija Narco. What the heck, man? Dyron gets a kill. How does this man survive after all that? Retry battle. Fearless wins it, and again it's Ouija Narco, the circling eagle, and also the kill. Jana 1 HP. Jana! Oh my god, he's gonna fall to Dyron. Oh my goodness.
한타까지 깔끔하게 찌바르고
the impact of Ouija Narco. You cannot deny it.
4 members taken down. A Lord on the way. A 4,000 gold lead. That is what you can get with Legion Narco in that roaming position. It seemed like Jana Cutie was going to be able to get away, but Ouija Narco on the Matilda says no. And the members from Rebellion Zion, the other members, his teammates, were able to follow up so well. And you can see the synergy in the gameplay that they brought here today.
A very smart approach there from the side of Rebellion Zion there from that fight. And with the score, they might close the game. We'll see.
Oh my god, Sway low with the combo, with the brilliance, he just demolishes everyone as Highs comes in with a blazing duet. He's gonna be cancelled out though, able to jump back to the BMI, Luke taken low, 2-4-0. How was that a 2-4-0? Diamond got out because of the guiding wind. Mirror jumps in with the Way of the Dragon, Jana locked down, Rebellion secure a victory. And someone else as well on the caster desk has secured a victory. With Legion Narco stepping back in. The Matilda, holy moly, give him the MVP. Just give it over to Ouija Narco.
But even then, right, I agree, right? Ouija Narco deserves that MVP. But have you ever seen a Lunox go for the engage before? Him being the initiator? What was that? Suelo was so perfect with that. He knew his power spike, he knew the limit of his hero, he knew that he could go in, deal out the damage, open up the team fight, and let all the other members come in, follow him in, and go out alive.
Again, targeting as well, right? He is eyeing Kadira. Lunox, sway low with the calculation there. He saw Kadira was in a vulnerable position. He went for it with that flicker as well, opening up the engage. And there you go. Rebellion forcing Geek Fam to a game 3. Wow.
Back to a best of 1 here.
How does it feel?
Probably feels
Which
good.
Which part?
How does it feel to win? You're the only
sorry.
one.
You were talking about that. I didn't even realize.
Same. I was the only one who went for BTR when Aura lost to them. So, fun fact. But Rebellion, hey, that's a good prediction though. That's a good one, Aeterna.
Yeah.
Why did you think Rebellion? Because I went for the draft.
I like the draft.
I don't like the draft personally.
Okay.
I think
Why didn't you like the draft?
Croc is just such a massive pick for them. They have it in an Iritha. I feel like, again, Ouija Narco just outclassed them.
I thought that Lilia
벤당하는 거 치고는 이번에 굉장히 하는 거 못 봤거든요. 일단 들어가가지고 괴롭히는 것도 제대로 못해가지고 일단 몸도 물렁물렁해가지고 잘 버티지도 못하고 그렇지 않아요? 여러분도 어떻게 생각하십니까?
Yeah. It does seem like it really felt like Elzura wasn't really able to do much that game, right? Bursted down by the Paquito,
아니면은 RBL이 방어를 잘하는
many
겁니까?
times. But why did you like the draft?
I think it was better clear in the mid lane. Power spike was very clear, and the power spikes I felt hit at the same time. And you can feel the shift in momentum, right? That was actually being used by Rebellion Zion and Cho Ling in that jungle. It all just came down to like the contrasting times of the power spikes and the way that they countered each other.
Well, the 13-13 was the game time here for game 2. In Rebellion Zion, you're right. Mid-game, power spikes, Lunox, 3 items. Amazing damage. Paquito as well with that 100 strike bloodlust and Oracle in hand. It's just so hard to catch Siren. We saw him make a play outside 2v1ing. While the Lord is forwards out of Geek Fam again buying
이거 의견 좀 공유하려고 지금
the time
방송평
that
보는
Rebellion
건데
Zion needs again highs as well with that 6 assists to his name with
들어가서
that
자는 거야?
HS golden staff and that wind of nature. He just provides damage, melting perhaps Beloyski and as well as Luke. Again, Rebellion Zion moving like a unit, 13 assists to Ouija Narco's name. That's a lot, and Livin rich guy by Livin Mandiri is gonna be the XP leader. Dyron,
I mean, he made so many plays in that game, man. Suelo dealt the most damage on the Lunox, like you mentioned, engaging with the Ruby DD combo.
Ruby DD, wow.
Yeah,
I like it.
It's an old name, all the way from M2, but that was a really good Lunox play, man. They got Ruby DD'd. They got Sway load.
클로드는 그때 하나 때 딜이라도 엄청 많이 넣고 빠지고 막 이랬단 말이야. 이게
showing
맞긴
the
해도
prowess, their class. Diamond and Swalo will pick up the title of the Rich Giant as well as the carry. Meanwhile, Sandbag and Forgotten One will fall to the side of Boloyski and as well as Wijan Narco. And now let's see here.
95% KP on Wijanarko.
Exactly.
It's insane.
Let's see who will be the MVP here. Presented to you by Samsung Galaxy A series. It's gotta be Swalo. 729, 84% kill participation. Again, showing that he can also play.
근데 이번 경기는 전체적으로 한 판이 다 깔끔하게 그냥 이기고 깔끔하게 지고 막 이래가지고 어제처럼 진짜 웃긴 장면 이런 건 안 나온 것 같아.
He was able to do it in the end because obviously the lead he had just gave him the opportunity to. But
그냥 들어가가지고 휘둘러주는 역할을 하는 게 들어오는데 잘안 됐어.
In the early game, it was quite back and
시너지가 안
forth.
맞았던데?
Geek Fam, they were heavily
미드에서
pressured here.
뭐야 그록이랑 라이디아였잖아.
But
둘 시너지.
in the mid
아니
game,
근데
it
초반
was a
강캐스이란
reset.
말이야.
Geek Fam
그록이랑
had their
라이디아.
chances,
그럼 좀
but
휘둘러줬어야 되는데
Rebellion
그런 걸
with their
못하고
mid game
계속 잘
power
막아낸 것 같아.
spikes is actually Rebellion Zion, who is controlling the mid game. After this collapse here in the mid side, it was all actually the game for Rebellion Zion. Danakiti find a crucial shutdown here, which led to the Lord, but it did not amount on towards anything here. Again, this catch on towards Luke was crucial because after Luke was caught, there was actually little to no CC whatsoever. Rebellion Zion controlling the team fights here, and this is where this is what happened, right? A lot of openings here. After the opening from that Lunox instead, Geek Fam with 2 members down after this. With 3 members, they aren't able to contest and defend. A very, again, good offense, clean offense there for that Lord push, which opens the game for Game 3.
And of course, a really good shutdown on Kadira, right? I think Geek Fam, one of the main pillars has got to be Kadira, and if the Irrital is a non-factor, it's very difficult for them to close out the games.
Yeah, again, he's so efficient in farming, but if you stop him, if you zone him from the lane, you could kind of expect the same from Highs. Highs and Chadera in this lane, both of these rookie monsters have been performing so well in the gold lane, and it just comes down to how the teams play around them. In Game 1, Geek Fam were able to play in that gold lane a bit better, but in Game 2, with Wijanarko, he was all across the map. This is what we always expect from Wijanarko. Works like a bull, #1 most kill participation, highest kill participation in MPLI Season 10.
His face says it all.
His face.
He is so intimidating here.
한국에서는
And
나쁜
perhaps
이라고.
it's because of his
일단
Maybe, right? Again, with the head and
몇명
shoulders
더
gone.
필요할 것 같은데.
No.
No? All
Never
right.
mind.
Well, you know, Gani obviously
같이
doesn't
해설하면
want
재밌을
to
것 같아요.
shower here, right? You
No.
can go at home because I can already smell the ice cool menthol from your hair, from all of our hair right here. It smells good, and guess what? It helps you get rid of what? Dandruff. Wipe it out. Everything dirty, smelly. Ew, man.
Yuck.
아
Head and
여기서
shoulders.
PPL
It
하고
also
있네요.
works with
어이가
blue
없네.
screens.
네.
I tested it out.
Okay, so there's a fun fact
PPL
here.
man.
Yeah, so I was sitting at like a 10 times lose streak in rank.
10 times. What
Yeah,
happened?
I know.
Head and
I don't even want to
shoulders.
talk about it.
All right.
And then I was so frustrated, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna freshen up, go have a shower, and I actually use this. And then
샤워한
after that,
다음에 이거
go
뿌려주면은
win
굉장히
On the
냄새
Tigreal, or no?
좋다고. 네, 이런
Yeah.
소리를 하고 있는 것
You
같아요.
played
지금.
Tigreal
I'm a
right
Tigreal.
after that, and he got a 10 times win streak.
And Eudora too, though. So
And
kind of
Eudora.
mixed
All
between
right,
both.
mixed up. Well, you guys can get the limited edition right there of Head and Shoulders. Check it out, because if you want a win streak while smelling good at the same time, it's the best way to go. But obviously, before we get on over to the 3rd game, we are going to take a short break. We'll see you in a bit.
네. 좀 짧은 쉬는 시간 후에 다시 오겠다 이런 소리죠. 이제 3번째 게임 하기 전에 좀 쉬는 시간을 가진다 이런 느낌인 것 같아요. short break time이라니까. 오케이, 우리도 조금 이제 대화를 좀 해볼까요, 여러분들? 아, 이거 굉장히 별로 할 내용이 없죠, 근데. 네, 이번 경기에 대해서는 막 그렇게 막 뭐가 어떻고 할 게 없이 네, 전부 다 깔끔하게 끝나고 깔끔하게 이기고 지는 그런 플레이가 계속 나와가지고 쌈장으로 바꿔도 기억해달라고. 아, 근데 인정님은 인정이 굉장히 익숙해가지고 네. 기억 못할지도. 와, 지금 5분이나 쉬는 거야, 지금? 브레이크 타임 5분 가지는 거야. 아, 나 긱팀 얼굴, 긱팀 그 원딜러 얼굴이 굉장히 마음에 들어. 뭔 말인지 알죠? 이 사람은 좀 싫어. 약간 수염이 마음에 안 들어요. 좀 깔끔하게 깎았으면 좋겠어. 수염이 또 예쁘게 나는 것도 아니고 듬성도 특히 이 사람 수염 약간 간신 수염처럼 나잖아. 맞죠? 나는 개인적으로 일단 이 사람 얼굴이 굉장히 마음에 드는 약간 영화배우처럼 생겼어. 아, 이 사람도 이쪽에 조금 깔끔하게 좀 했으면은. 아, 진짜. 얘 멋이라고 생각하는 걸까요, 여러분들? 아, 훨씬 깔끔해 보이지 않을까, 밀어버리면은. 솔랭 계속 돌리는 트롤들만 만나서 제자리 무한 반복되는데 방법 좀 알려주세요. 이제 그럴 때는 게임을 잠시 쉬었다가 네, 멘탈을 가라앉히고 네, 돌리시면 될 것 같아요. 이게 왜 그러냐면 이게 솔랭을 계속 돌리는데 트롤들만 계속 이렇게 만나잖아요. 그러면은 본인 멘탈도 깨지고 그럼 본인이 캐리할 수 있는 판도 지게 되거든요. 뭔 말인지 아시죠? 멘탈이 깨진 상태에서 게임을 하면. 예, 아, 이거 내가, 이 판은 우리 팀이 트롤이었어도, 아, 내가 조금만 더 잘했어도 이길 수 있었을 텐데, 이런 판이 좀 생겨요. 뭔 말인지 알죠? 그래서, 네, 해외 나가셔서, 네, 이런 팀에 들어가가지고, 팀에 소속돼서 선수를 한번 해보시면은, 네, 그런 기분을 알 수 있지 않을까요? 이 사람도 우승하면 돈 많이 받잖아요, 그렇죠? 부럽다. 나도 게임하면서 돈 벌고 싶다. 콜라 한 모금 하면서. 한국 팀도 있나요? 아니요, 한국 팀은 없습니다. 한국에서 모바일 레전드가 그렇게 유명한 게임이 아니다 보니까 후원해주는 스폰서가 없죠.
Guess who's back? Back again. It's Geek Vs Rebellion for game number 3. Mirko, Eterna,
And Goni.
Goni or Gone?
그래서 뭐 저기에 대회가 열리면
Gone. All right. Well, Eterna, you're the spotlight right now because you just wiped all the casters out, man.
Weren't I always? What are you talking
생길
about?
가능성도 없어 보이고요.
Especially when.
Mirko.
All right, man. All right. You know,
팀이
Moonbang, what a
나오는
being. It's time
한
to
명이
give it
돈
over
많은
to the
사람들이
actual
이렇게
spotlight.
후원해주지 않는 이상
The gold digger from the hood, especially here.
Yes.
Geek Fam in game 2.
한국 팀이 나오는
Yeah, a
이유가 없지
lot of
않을까.
emphasis onto Kadira, and I think Rebellion Zion have actually
삼성이
started
MP를
to sniff that one
돈이
out. And
되니까요.
so one of the main sources of how they were able to get that dub definitely was being able to shut down Kadira from that early game.
일단
So
동남아에서
coming into the second game,
국민이고
perhaps that's something
인구도
that they
굉장히
can
많고
improve
거기다
on or
이제
even
홍보를
revise. As you can see,
홍보를 딱
even
때리는
through the game
네.
recap, the impact
굉장한
player
홍보 요구가 있기
was the
때문에
Irithel. It was Kadira.
삼성이 저기 후원을 할 수밖에 없겠죠.
Again, Kadira performed
근데 우리나라에서 뭐 홍보를 한다 해봐. 때려봐봐. 홍보 때려봐봐.
Really well, right?
really well.
모바일 레전드에
Despite
관심을
being ganked.
갖겠습니까?
But then
그렇죠.
again, I feel like with Janarko was just on his
모바일 레전드가
on his
별로 유명하지
back.
않으니까 우리나라에서.
Constantly.
which somehow limits his movement, limits his impact. Again, with Janarko stepping in game 2, impacts
저기는 국민 게임이라고 이거.
tremendous.
And the problem is,
아
Wijanarko's
지금
just been
땀
so
흘리고
consistent,
있거든요.
right?
이분 굉장히
Since
집중하셨거든요.
leg 2. And it's beautiful
야,
because
에리텔 한
it's
판
great to see
개털고
players
한
who
판
have the
개털렸기
best
때문에
highs,
이제
but
다음번에
sometimes they
이제
have the
집중해서
lows. But
하겠다는
with
느낌이죠.
Wijanarko, it seems
They
like
have
he's
sway low.
always
굉장히 열정적으로
consistent, and they also have sway low.
송골송골 땀이 맺힌
I was
모습을
about to say,
보여주고
right?
있고요.
They have the highs. No, Aura has high, and
아, 네,
they have
마음껏
sway low. So
웃으면서
you were right
멘트를
about
치고 있네요.
the second half of that. But coming into this game,
보자.
sway low. Hey,
잘한
you just got MVP, so you're right. They do
베리,
have sway low.
페룬부. 네, 일단은 뭔 말인지
on the
잘
Lunox.
모르겠고요.
He's so good, actually. Yeah?
외국어네요.
But you know,
So
highs
good.
can play it too. So they can, when they pick up a Lunox, it can be flexed later on into the season, or maybe in the playoffs later. Yeah.
What do you mean, like Lunox gold lane?
Yeah, highs played it once, and they won. Let's see, for game 1, game 2, game 3, it's
좋아요.
back again
이제
here for the
뱀피,
drafts.
네,
Rebellion,
팬이랑 하이팬
on the
각각
blue side
나왔고요.
this time,
지금
Geek Fam
두
finally
번째
opted to go
밴을
for the
고민하고
red
있는.
side.
네.
We'll see.
High ban. Still though, even though they changed sides, swapped sides,
For
it's still the
now.
same bans. For now.
For now. Let's
Sway
see,
low.
Rebellion Zion, what are they going to prioritize here? And it seems like they have banned out that Valentina here
Valentina ban.
in for the second game. Geek Fam, if they are going for that same approach,
발렌티나도 굉장히 많이 밴 되거든요.
I feel like they will not ban the Balmon out here, realizing that
밴안
they are
나가면 거의
now in the
가져가는
second
식으로
pick.
하고 있는데.
Like, I understand why Geek Fam prioritized Grok in that first game, but to use it as first pick against the Paquito, did you think that that was a little too expensive?
I don't know. I feel like the Grok. I think the main mistake they made was picking the Fredrin that early, right? Because the Grok can be flexed. I think using it into the second phase would have been good, but they picked up the Fredrin, so you basically already know where both of those heroes are going, and it just enables Geek Fam to go for counters.
Exactly, and that what triggered
파키토를
Rebellion Zion
계속
to pick up
쓰네.
that Luna
계속
Super
가져가거든요.
or Sway Low, which just again
한쪽이 안 가져가면
impacts
반대쪽이 들고 가고
became
이런 식으로
the
해가지고
MVP for game
쓰고.
2. But Geek
아,
Fam
파키토
there,
밴이구나.
realizing that
파키토가
game 2
밴을
that
당하네.
Paquito was just a little too much to
그래서
handle.
파키토를
They
밴을
banned
했다.
it
이제
out.
양쪽에서 한 번씩
So
썼으니까.
Rebellion Zion
이제 밴 할
are
때가
they
됐다
going to
싶어
ban for
밴
their
한것
last
같은데.
ban?
지금
It's gonna be that
와드만도 밴
1-1.
And this leaves open either the Balman or the Faramis,
아까 누구 기팀
depending on the
원딜이
playstyle they'd
이제
like to
완원을
go
좀
for.
잘한다 이렇게
I don't know.
그래서
Right now, for the
완전
ban,
밴해버리네.
Yeah.
Geek Fam. they can look for like just respect overall, but they've gone for the Bauman ban constantly. They know that Rebellion really loves to play around those early neutral objectives, so I think if they go for another Bauman ban here, it should work, but they have to be kind of careful because Faramis is also left up for grabs, and this time it's Region Arco. So I think Faramis can actually be flexed not just for the sway low, but towards Region Arco too. That just creates a whole lot of a crazy dynamic, but it is still the Bauman. Geek fam don't want to go up against that. Rebellion now with the first pick. Claude?
와, 뭐 가져갈까요? 일단 산 게 많거든요.
I don't know. Are they gonna go for the Claude?
That's a big possibility. And we'll see.
Faramis.
No, they've actually opted for the Faramis. And like you mentioned, Mirko, this is still a flex pick. But from the other side, Geek fam very quick with the response. They are going to be picking up that Claude.
자, 이번에는
But what is going to be
클로드를
paired
킥팀에서
up
들고
with
가네요.
the Claude?
원래 아이리텍에
A smart pick here, denying it away from Highs.
Grok still.
And as
자,
well
그렇죠.
as Grok here. So again,
자,
early
이
game
그록이
tempo.
어디에서 쓰이냐인데.
Baloyski likes to play
봐야 될 것
heroes that can give pressure to the jungles of the jungler of the opposition side. And Rebellion Zion here, a very smart approach here. Perhaps they might go to secure the hero for Highs.
Honestly, I'd love the Matilda here.
Yeah, same, right? You're already up against the Grok again.
Yes.
I think so, right? Maybe even. Oh, I don't know.
마틸다요.
Do they want to just flex the Faramis into roam and go for a Lunox up against this Grok? Against a Claude as well. I think right now what they really want is just CC. They can just stop this blazing duet from happening instantly, right? So a Ruby could work actually. Did they go for a Ruby? Was that a Ruby?
루비랑 브로디 뽑았죠. 네,
We'll have to see again for the picks.
Ruby
They
and
actually-
Brody.
Ruby and Brody's all right. Okay, with the Ruby, that actually creates so much pressure for the Claude, and they pick up a Brody, so that's a winning lane for the Brody. Brody's gonna have a very good time in that gold
나쁘지 않아요.
lane
초반에
up
좀
against the
세게
Claude,
들어가요.
and with the Faramis, they can actually enable a lot of crazy roams to try to shut down Chidera again.
So we'll see, right? I mean, is the Ruby somehow flexed or automatic for Region Arco?
I think it's automatic for Region Arco at this point, right? Because Dyron hasn't really been able to
네네, 선픽으로
do
일단
well on that Ruby here in Season 10.
So we'll see here the response from side of Geek Fam. It will be
Lilia.
Lilia here.
라일리아.
And combined with Grok, fast clear in the early game.
Yeah,
Perhaps
Lilia
they
뽑았고요.
are going for that approach here. Geek Fam with the first ban in the second phase. They might go
캐릭터
for
5명 배나는 거 명심부터인 거 아니야? 아니요.
Barracks ban.
대회만 5배납니다. 대회만.
You know, Barat's up against this style of comp would actually be pretty solid, yeah. So they're going to go for the Benedetta ban first, though. Wow, all right, the respect given over from Geek Fam
와,
to
베네데타 배는
Rebellion.
뭐야? 지금까지 안
Okay,
나왔잖아.
the Benedetta has already been banned here for Rebellion, realizing Dyron can utilize his Benedetta in several different occasions, but Rebellion have responded with a Fredrin ban. So this is quite interesting so far because of the picks. They're not that melee type hero, so could it signify that they want to go for
라일리아는
that
계속
in the
나왔어요.
second
리디아
phase?
계속 나왔고.
Geek Fam with the response of a
지금 이번에
Dyron
3번 다
ban,
뽑았어요.
they could be picking up that Esmeralda.
They could also actually be just putting the Grok into the XP lane, right? And that's something that we spoke about before the draft. Geek Fam can utilize that flex pick a bit better here, and that's exactly what they're doing. They are going to go for 2 bans onto the XP, and with this Dyroth, what they're trying to say is, Rebellion, you need to ban an XP laner. If you ban Esmeralda, we'll put the Grok in the XP lane, therefore limiting all of your heroes for Dyron. But if Rebellion don't go for the Esme ban, then Geek Fam will just pick it up and flex the Grok into the roam position. But now, wow, they pick up a Uranus here, I believe, yeah? Is it a Uranus coming in? It is.
It is.
All right, so they have just taken all
그렇게 하고
of Dyron's
우라노스를
hero pools
가져오고.
out of this game.
Force the Ruby into the EXP at this point.
I have a better proposition. Dyron, Season 9. Remember what hero?
Khalid?
Yeah. I want to see the Khalid here. It's the last game. they've secured playoffs.
But the Masha's open too.
True, but the Masha has
픽을 보니까 진짜 앞쪽에서 비비는 애들 위주로 골랐잖아 지금.
Especially against Uranus.
그룹도
It's gonna be
그렇고
tough against
라이비아도
Uranus,
그렇고
but it adds
클로드도
purpose
그렇고 그냥
to
들어가가지고 좀 비비고
go for the
튀어나오는
Claude
애들로 딱 골라가지고.
target that Claude, but then again, laning
man.
phase, it's gonna be hard. Rebellion, will they pick up the Khalid?
Come on, man.
And for perhaps
어느 팀의
another
고생이요?
assassin?
No, it's a Matilda. So
Matilda.
yeah, it's Ruby flexed. They went for
Flex.
the more safe,
저 렌슬이랑
safer option,
마틸다
right? So they
그렇거든요.
still are very into it here. They want to win. They want to take a victory. They secure a Lancelot, which I think is very interesting. Who are you going to target down? Very hard for him to actually land those abilities onto these mobile targets.
Perhaps the only juicy target for that Lancelot is, of course, Lilia and Claude if he misplaced himself. But Geek Fam with the last pick here, they are looking for perhaps a jungler here, and what is good against this type of composition?
Julian?
The Amon is still open as well.
Amon might work here. But
Ooh.
no, Karina
카리나.
Against the Ruby?
doesn't care. He wants to take down Faramis.
이렇게
He
되면은
wants to take down
또 그룹 로밍인데
Lancelot perhaps.
아닌가 탑인가?
I don't know. I feel like it's concerning.
A big question now for me towards the Karina is it going to be going damage, or is it going to be a utility tank build that we've seen before? I think
Tank is a safer route.
tank is a safer route, but they already have like a Uranus and a Grok going for...
They
Ooh, I
have
don't
enough damage if that Karina builds tank, no? Lilia?
But
Claude.
both of these, Lilia and Claude needs to get to that power spike.
카리나
Early
자주
on, I
나와요.
think they need
저-
that
저번
Karina
대회에서-
damage, and I
아니,
think that's
저번
what they're
경기에서도
going to go for.
나왔었는데.
Damage Karina. We'll see
Hybrid.
though. Hybrid perhaps even.
Genius one, then full.
나쁘지 않은 모습 보여줬고요 경기에 나와가지고.
We will see indeed as we are preparing ourselves to jump into the land
렌슬로
of
상대, 저번에도
dawn
렌슬로 상대로
for the
나왔던
final
것 같아요.
game of match 1 here in the final day of week 8. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Spam in the comments right now. Hashtag Dream Rebellion or
Okay,
hashtag
새로운
Once a
게임
Geek,
시작합니다.
always a fam as we jump in here for the decider.
We do have a lot of emphasis in the mid lane.
분명히 아까 미드 그런 라일리아로 피 봤는데 네 이번에는 어떻게 할지
In this
모르겠네.
case, the
아까
Matilda
그런
and
라일리아
Faramis
뽑아가지고 피
combo,
봤는데 분명히
we've seen it
네,
before.
똑같은 픽을 또
Really good
뽑았거든요.
mobility, really good sustain, and even better damage. So they're going to be able to pressure those side lanes, and that's what I'm concerned most for Geek Fam.
Actually interesting here.
아까 못했으니까 이번 판에 제대로 보여주겠다 뭐 그런
For that
느낌인데.
Purify, perhaps just to secure himself from that I'm offended from Dyron. We'll see here. Will
그리고
he
아까
get
마틸다도
effective
재미
or
본
not?
RBL 팀에서는 또 마틸다랑
Oh
사람이
my god, he's 1 HP.
이번에도
Swaylo's
또
looking
재미
for
좀
it.
보려고
But
하는
he's
거
not going to be able to
같고.
find it. Beloy gets out. No battle spells used, but Janna.
자, 바이게 먹고 카리나가 바로
Now,
들어가면서
he's
렌슬
already going to go
방해했고.
for that invade. He gets everything. Fearless in danger.
Oh!
Fearless. Oh no, it's first blood. It's
카리나가,
solo
네.
kill over to Janna. Q.
야 이번에 카리나 좋았죠.
Not a great start here for
정글 두
Rebellion
개를 다
Zion.
먹으면서
Cutie just has been popping
렌슬로
off, and I
나오는
guess
것도
in that
못했거든요.
early game, because the Ruby has not been able to come into the play,
어
it's
렌슬로
going to be a little
2레벨
bit more easy
죽었어.
for Janna QT,
Oh my God.
but
1 HP on Janna. Flicker by High.
하지만
Securing
여기서
a
카리나가 또
kill.
잘려버리면서
And the recall by High.
그렇죠. 완벽한
Styling as he
기환
goes for the
도발까지.
M1
네.
emote.
Very good execution there.
건방진
from
쓰기야
Rebellion, but
하면서
we'll
나대지
take a
마라
look at the
한마디
talent
해주네요. 이제
prediction
브로디가
by
렌슬로
Axe here.
복수해주면서 하지만 렌슬롯이 지금 너무 못
You are
컸다는 거.
alone in the English desk right now. Why are you alone? Okay, why do you like Geek Fam's draft better?
The pressure, the kill pressure, the mid game, the early game towards the late game, we'll have to see here. I do like the composition more because
자 신기 뜬 거 카리나가 쳐주고
it's
있고요.
gonna be hard to stop this
렌슬로
guy.
레벨링 안 돼가지고 지금 함부로 못
we'll see.
들어가거든요.
And so far, that's exactly what's happening right now, right? Geek Fam are able to control the neutral objective with the help of the XP lane, but
그쵸.
Swaylo goes for it. Region Arco able to bounce right now.
아,
Caught also with
렌슬
Swaylo flickering
어떡합니까?
just to get it down. Swaylo now caught. Region Arco also very low. Fearless able to secure his
이번에
purple
뺏기면
buff.
큰데
Oh
이거
no, the
렌슬로
wild
먹긴
charge
했는데 먹고
takes
죽었죠.
him out
이거는
with
진짜
Luke picking up the
커요 이거
kill.
렌슬로 개괴롭히네요.
Yeah, you're right.
이거죠 원래
Luke is
그런
gonna be a
라이디아나
huge
이런
problem
역할을 하려고 뽑는 거거든요. 안쪽에 들어와가지고 빠르게 네, 정글 방해하고 하려고 뽑는 건데 솔직히 전판에는 그렇게 힘을 발휘하지를 못했는데 이번 판에는 또 제대로 보여주고 있네요.
What did he miss? I don't know.
No.
이번에 카리나가 굉장히 깔끔하게 정글 동선 돌아주면서 랜스를 바로 그냥 괴롭혀주면서 먹을 거 없게 몸 크게 지금 압박 완벽하게 들어가고 있고 랜스 먹을 게 점점 줄어들죠. 지금 정글 지금 제대로 못 먹고 있거든요. 지금 레드도 못 먹고 있고 무서워가지고 지금 그로 계속 왔다 갔다 하고 있으니까 마틸다가 아무리 지금 백업 쳐줘도
These are the normal emblems for them.
그쵸 마틸다 백업 쳐줘도 이거 라이니아랑 그룹도 같이 들어와 버리면은
funneling into them with both Uranus and Claude actually winning out.
브로디까지 와줘야 되거든요. 네, 다 와줘야 되죠. 그래야
very scary invade. Janna is able to actually steal it away, but
그래요.
Regionarca looking for
네,
Elzura is going to be brought back with the black shoes. Elzura taken down now.
좀 손해인데요.
Swalo picks up the kill. Swalo wants to go for
일단
Void.
랜스
Doesn't
못
have
두게 하긴
the cold
했지만
ulcer, but that's the
버프 다
reason. Darren's here as well.
먹었거든요.
Luke jumping in onto Swalo, has the consecration, pops it,
했는데,
but there's
네,
not
두
going to
마리가
be any more
잡혀버렸죠.
commitments onto this fight.
This is going to be really tough when it gets to the late
그래도
game.
일단
When
랜스로는
Luke has the
망했다는
Oracle
거.
and has all those other
카리나가 굉장히 잘 보고
items,
있고.
and they can't take him down. Whereas Rebellion Zion, they need to be able to get that as early as possible to prevent Luke from popping off. But the issue is, Fearless is 2 levels behind. But here we go, another engage.
And Luke is unkillable still. Regionarca jumps in. Luke is not going to fall. That's the thing. No one can burst him down, and Janna has free reign to do everything. Fearless gonna be caught. Level 5 still 2, 3 levels below of Janna.
이거는 파라미스 지금 궁극기로 어떻게든 지금 다 살아간 느낌이거든요. 그냥 무조건 킥이 지금 구석에 패고 있어요.
In the jungles of Rebellion Zion, it gives
랜스로 아무것도 못 하고
space
있고요.
they need to just farm, especially for
뺏겼고.
Kadira here on this Claude. And
이번에도 블루
again,
뺏겼었고.
we'll see here in the
네.
engage.
Well, working like a bull, Fearless with the Phantom Execution jumps in, but the wall now.
그룹 딸기
caught.
쫓아오다가
Is able to
네.
jump away, but Janna with the damage as the blazing
마틸다까지
duet
죽게
comes in.
생겼네요, 이거.
It's gonna be
네.
Swalo taken out. Regionarca, whoa,
살아가나요?
is able to use the guiding wind with a flicker. Getting out for now. He
이걸
gets out
살아간다고?
actually, but Elzura pops the sprint. He wants that kill. Look at him. Oh, no, unfortunately, he's gonna jump back to the black shoes.
So unfortunate, Geek Fam now with a 2,000 gold lead. Janna Cutie once again being that insane pressure onto Fearless, really not letting him get anything on the board. And even if Fearless is
네, 지금
alone,
이제 초반에
even
후드로
if Janna
해가지고
Cutie is
랜스도
not
아무것도
around, you
못하고
can
지금
see other
바텀까지 그냥
members
날렸고
pressuring
이렇게 브로디가
him.
계속 도와주러
It
올라가는
comes in
바람에
from Beloyski, it comes in from
브로디가
Luke
킬을
as
먹긴
well,
했어도
and they have
타워
really
상황이 굉장히
fallen
안
here
좋아.
in the fifth minute.
지금 골드
It seems like
상황도
Janna
맞았고
QT opted for the safer route here. He opted for the tank build. Guardian Helmet is on its way.
성장도 카리나가 압도적이고요. 지금 랜스로 아무것도 못했거든요. 랜스로 지금 숨만 쉬고 있어요. 지금 또 괴롭히러 들어가고 있거든요. 원래 이런 전략을 생각했었는데
Sandwich maneuver. Janna is going to be able to secure the purple buff.
진정한
Buffless
이제
here as Dyron
모습이
jumps
나오고 있죠.
in.
그룹 라이니아를
This is the
왜
reason I
뽑았는가.
said in the draft, right? Rebellion, they can use the Spheromis as a flex. They need to pick up that loot off because they need that first. Now though, it just shows that they are under no pressure. Just to say that though, they are going to be able to get a kill onto Elzura in the mid lane.
But that's only
아무것도
Elzura, and so
못하죠 지금.
far the person
카리나
that's
레벨이
been
10이에요
the
여러분들.
problem has
카리나
been
레벨
Janna
10인데
Cutie
랜스로
as
랩
well
몇입니까?
as Luke, and
랩
even now,
6이죠.
they have not found an answer. Look, 4v1,
진짜.
and he's still able to sustain through all that damage.
Oh, he is unkillable. Oh, wait. Oh, he is unkillable? Question mark? Okay, with 4.
5.
Okay, if you go for 5 ultimates, you
홀리
better
맞아,
kill him, right?
맞아.
He's
방금
taken
잘
down
잡았죠.
there, but it
잘
took
잡았는데. 지금
5
5.
ultimates.
밀리고 있고요.
Mid lane turret taken down for that. So I think Geek Fam are going to be happy
안돼
with
안돼
that.
얘들
trade.
목소리 줄여버리면 그 게임 소리까지 또 안 들리니까 나는 게임 소리를 들으면서 이게 봐야지 약간
No
흥미진진하고
way High survives this. Geek Fam, they
약간
have
내
all the
취향이
resources.
있기 때문에.
Meanwhile, Rebellion have
내
none.
목소리
Now
듣고
though, the cooldowns
말인지
have
알죠?
come back.
이해해주세요 카카오 유님.
I don't know though. Still Geek Fam winning it out in the trade, I believe.
So much for Geek Fam so far in the 7th minute. 2,000 gold lead so far. You can see Kadira having a splendid time in the bottom lane as well. Untouched up until this point. And Rebellion Zion, they're struggling, right? They can't go for objectives.
카리나
They
테이도
have to
낭만
focus
없다고.
on denying the KP
야
from
대회에서
Geek
낭만
Fam as
따지다가
Beloyski
친다니까.
is going to do the same thing that Luke did to them.
Oh, I don't know about this one though, Beloy. He may have overstepped his
이게
boundaries
5판 3선
there.
승제면 몰라. 4판
Janna
2선
though,
승제인데.
4 levels ahead. My God.
신기도 안전하게 먹어버리고.
And Luke just picks up a kill. No one can punish him.
먹어버리네.
Luke's just doing whatever he wants. How is John? 4 levels? Oh no, Fearless, you're not gonna get that. John is coming in, and he has a retribution. Dyron trying to stop the momentum from happening, using the Phantom Execution defensively. Dyron uses the time offended, but it does not matter. Everyone is unkillable. They're tanking the turret. They're diving in between the tier 2 and the base turret. High's putting on the stacks onto Luke, but you all know
이거 만약에 내가 랜슬롯이었다 그냥 GG 치고 바로 끕니다.
Wow. Again, Geek Fam here showing the game plan. Knowing the game plan and again a better execution. The tier 2 will not fall just yet here. Rebellion, Zion. What
한 번도 못 먹었죠 이번에.
just built dominance ice early here for Dyron, for Visionarco, and perhaps a Sea Halberd if possible.
아니 봐봐 카리나 레벨 12라니까 랜슬롯 레벨 8이야. 지금 마틸다랑 레벨 비비고 있어.
Luke is here because with Luke.
랜슬 웃고 있다니까 지금.
그래,
야 랜슬 비춰줘봐.
map.
랜슬 비춰줘봐. 랜슬 지금 웃고 있을 거야.
that they are able to gain is just a lot.
The distraction game is just so strong, right? Like, if Beloyski isn't there, there's gonna be Luke. If Luke is not there, Jana Cutie is there to pressure Fearless out of his own jungle, and now 4 levels behind. Up until this point, it's insane. The ability that Jana Cutie has on the Karina, despite going against someone like Dyron on the Ruby, who actually has it in his arsenal and kit to prevent Jana Cutie from popping up on the Karina. 5,000 gold lead. 4 levels ahead, and that's the effect that you can see. Just instantly takes away that orange buff. Fearless just having a really depressing time in this 3rd game.
Jana's about to be 5 levels ahead, and Dyron jumps in, gets time offended, but again, they're also unkillable. The Cold Ulcer is placed, but it's still Geek Fam winning out in the sustain game. Everyone falling, bodies hit the floor. Dyron as well. It's an absolute disaster. Geek Fam, Jana now 5 levels ahead. That is the biggest level gap we've seen in MPLID.
Geek Fam's here not to play, they are here to show and win the bragging rights again. Kadira, what I love about this guy is he itemized so well. Highs got that BOD, but he responds with that win of nature as well. Geek Fam again. It seems like they're unkillable, not enough damage output from side of Rebellion Zion, not just because of they are behind of gold, it's because of their composition here. Instant replay by Samsung Galaxy A series. Again, it's just invade after invade. Take a look at Kadira there, popping that blazing duet to zone Highs away, and win of nature as well. And in the backside, the members just clean house with taking 1 member down. Fearless, he is unable to farm in his own jungle from minute number 4.
We can see that Rebellion Zion, they're
카리나
doing the only thing
15렙입니다.
that they
네,
can
카리나
do,
15렙이고.
right? They're the only thing they can do. They can't look for an engage. They can't look for a team fight because of how ahead a Geek Fam is, and so they opted to split push that bottom side. But now Geek Fam with the Lord already secured, they are going to be able to push that top lane as the mid and the bottom lane. It's going to start
어떻게 뭐 뒤집을 수 있는 방법도 없습니다. 이 정도 승자 차이 나버리면 그냥 진짜 영주 끌고 따위로 치면 이겨요. 바로 들어가면 그냥 파워 쳐맞으면서 그냥 바로 들어갑니다. 이거 들어가면 이기거든요. 처음에 지금 라인이 맞다가 궁수면서 빠지고 우라노스가 맞아주면서 깔끔하게 뒤집기까지 들어가고 우라노스 몸으로 막아주면 그냥 밀어버리죠. 깔끔하게 마무리됩니다. 이렇게 킥팀이 2대1로
wow.
그냥 씹어먹습니다. perfect execution here again displayed by Geek Fam. Thumbs up by the staff here again, showing that they are ready for season 11.
An amazing send-off for Geek Fam as well. Their final say, their final stand, winning 2-1, and in that 3rd game, they were so clean with that execution, being able to make Rebellion Zion have absolutely no solution to the amount of kill pressure that they had with their composition. So beautiful to watch. You can see Coach Ruben coming on stage as well. As it seems like he's gonna make a little speech before going into the playoffs.
One last send-off for
아니,
Geek
진짜.
Fam and
아니 이게 똑같은 조합이었잖아. 그롱 라이비아 전판도 그롱 라이비아였거든.
with not just Ruben, I think Beloy is gonna
근데 전판은 막았단 말이야.
say a few words.
정글 다
I really hope
먹었어.
Luke gets to say a few words as well.
왜 이번 판은 찌발렸을까요?
We're gonna send
이게
it
왜
over, I
못
guess,
막았지,
right now.
뭐가
Give it
문제였죠?
over to
카리나가
them
너무
right
셌나요?
now as they are already on stage. The crowd is ready. We're ready to hear this delightful message.
네,
Oh my
렌스 한 번도
god.
못 먹었어요. 저블 말고.
So touching.
다 뺏겼어. 아니 뭐 그렇게 생각할 수도
buat
있죠.
semua fans dan buat semua penonton dan pendukung yang mendukung kita di season ini. Mohon maaf kita belum bisa lanjut ke babak berikutnya. Tapi tetap support kita untuk kedepannya dalam segala event dan turnamen.
원래 타이슨도 항상 말했어요. 맞아 보기 전까지는 모른다고.
Terima kasih semua yang udah dukung Geek.
근데 원래 그러려고 뽑은 거잖아. 정글 말리려고 그냥 초반 강캐도 뽑고 원래 그런 역할을 하는 거잖아요. 그록이랑 라일리아 뽑은 게 네, 초반에 정글을 말리게 하겠다. 이렇게 하려고 뽑은 건데. 당연한 거죠.
Keep on supporting us. Without you guys, we don't have energy to play. But because of you guys, we want to win this game.
그냥
So
후드로
this
팼네요.
win, guys, is for you.
Terima kasih buat yang udah
Korean no
dukung Geek
slow
Fam
tempo.
di
Okay,
MPL
I know.
season 10 ini. Mohon maaf tidak bisa playoff. Kami sudah berusaha semaksimal mungkin dan semoga di MPL season 11 kami bisa
그냥
playoff.
초반 조합 잡고
Dan
부순 거야. 이
tetap
5인 조합에서만 볼 수
menjadi
있는
juara.
합이죠.
Terima kasih.
저 정도 합 나오려면 5인 해야죠. 네, 5인 게임에서만 나올 수 있는.
Terima kasih untuk semuanya. Semoga kedepannya kita bakal nunjukin hasil yang lebih baik daripada ini. Thank you.
Thank you to Geek Fam as
일단은
well.
첫 경기는 끝났고 두 번째 경기는 아마 8시 반에 또
performance.
Amazing run.
Amazing run. They almost did that
네,
miracle run.
기기
They had to
이겼네요.
face off
기기랑.
against number
RLB.
1 Onyx Esports. Your team, Gani, they did this to them.
Basically with 5 rookies, right? Basically with 5 new players here, Geek Fam
5 new players.
stepped up this season.
네, 벨모는
I can't
밴했어요.
wait for them. I can't wait to see them in season 11 and talk about here the item builds for our third
기기
game
이모티콘 사기 잘했다고?
in this match. Geek Fam
잘하네.
2-1. In case you missed it here, rather fast game here. 11 minutes, just like
경기 처음부터 끝까지
game
압도했잖아요.
1.
그렇죠.
A swift game indeed. And of course, item-wise, it's quite clear that they are so behind. At one point, Jana QT, level-wise, was 5 levels ahead of Fearless. 416 collected with that tank build. Jana QT does not care. Combined with Luke and Beloyski, they just open the maps, penetrating the jungles of Rebellion Zion, which just gives a lot of information, if not all of the information
진짜 빨리
regarding
끝났어요.
the whereabouts of the
계속
members of
압도하니까 뭐 어떻게
Rebellion
마우스
Zion,
초정주 먹고 바로
gives
끝냈잖아요.
time
네,
for
그렇게
Kadira
돼버렸으니까.
to farm his items as well. Almost full items there with VHS, Golden
경기
Staff,
끝났으니까
and as well as
여기까지 하고
Epic War in
저는
hand,
방종합니다, 여러분.
which is incalculable. Meanwhile,
조용히
of
해.
course,
이씨. 방종한다는 소리는 귀신같이 알아듣고
3 on
짖어요.
5
그치?
again, giving the
갈게요.
space.
안녕.
No only